The tweet that you sent out. What was that about? The tweet that you sent out about inviting him back.
Yeah, doors are wide open. Look, doors are wide open. If you want to work together once again and have the yeah, I mean, just and have that winning streak that we had together. I mean, the doors are always wide open. So look, I no lost love here.
Oh, what's good, family? So mash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell. So we just heard it from your man's Oscar De La Rigger. Yeah, Oscar De La Fixer. That's what he is. 100% fight fixer wannabe. So, let's take it from the jump then. And let's bear in mind here as well, people, there was a lot of kind of speculation originally when Oscar De La Hoya put this original tweet out, which is obviously preceded this questioning from the interviewer. In fact, you even hear the interviewer reference it. Oscar, what was that tweet about? So let's take it from the jump what the tweet was. You see it on your screen. After Alvarez, aka Bumelo, got his cherry popped for him, Oscar De La Fixer came along and said, listen, it isn't too late yet to switch back to the best promoter. Now obviously, a lot of people speculated on that, saying, what do you mean it isn't too late yet? What are you implying here? Because Bumelo lost because he had, or he exhibited at least, very little heart in the fight. He didn't want to win, he didn't refuse to lose. He turned up, went through the motions, and got clearly outboxed. Got outfoxed. Got dommed. Got topped by Bivol. Facts. So, what's De La Hoya getting at here? It isn't too late yet to switch back to the best promoter. The promoter isn't what lost Bumelo the fight. It was himself and or Bivol who lost him the fight. So, let's take it from a theoretical point of view. Theoretically, change the promoter. If Oscar De La Hoya had been promoting that fight at the weekend, what would have been different? De La Hoya is implying, if you'd have been with me, it would have been a different result, is he not? De La Hoya didn't say, it isn't too late yet to change Eddie Reynoso. That'd make sense. Well, yeah, maybe De La Hoya's known that Eddie Reynoso's a bum trainer for a long time, and therefore he's telling Bumelo, you best change the trainer. Otherwise, you're going to end up losing again. De La Hoya's saying, if you don't change your promoter back to me, you're going to lose again. For sure, because you know what you get with me, and that is the judges get paid. Simple as that. It's not too late yet now, or it's not too late now to realise how valuable I was to you. Now, this tweet was still speculative. We didn't really know the depravity that Oscar De La Fixer was describing or exposing in this tweet. 2-2s. Let's now move on to the interview itself. 2-2s. The interviewer, the Fight Hub guy, says to Oscar De La Sniffer, aka Oscar De La Rigger, what was that tweet about? Because it's an odd tweet, I'm sorry. Now I get it, some people, obviously the fangirls will say, oh no, he's just being banterful. And that may have been the case if this follow-up leaked interview didn't come out. The tweet may have been acceptable. But then, these words he said, I mean, that was the final straw. That, for me, was the definition of Oscar De La Hoya out and out offering Alvarez to fix fights for him in the future. So 2-2s. The interviewer says, what was the tweet about? Oscar De La Rigger says, I want Bumelo to know my doors are wide open if he wants to work together again. And the next line, the next sentence is where it was the killer. He says, if Canelo wants to have that winning streak again that we had together, wink wink, I want him to know there's no love lost. Now, what winning streak is he talking about? Is Oscar De La Fixer talking about a winning streak where Alvarez had no contentious wins? No. That'd make sense, wouldn't it? If Bomelo had been through his career, yeah, and beat Lara convincingly, and beat Floyd Mayweather convincingly, and beat Triple G convincingly. Oscar De La Fixer saying these things wouldn't be a problem. But the fact that Bomelo has been involved in multiple shocking decisions, least of which the Floyd one, which is where he lost every round. Bomelo lost every round, and he got one of the judges give him it. How can you be 10-2 down and win the fight? It's mad. And that tells you all you need to know there. Yeah, that sums up Bomelo's career. If it's close on the cards, and even if it's not close on the card, you're going to get it. How about that? Because categorically, he got a judge to say yes to him. That's mad. In the Mayweather fight, I remember the results being read out, and Floyd, look at Floyd's face. Floyd, who himself is used to getting good decisions because of his position in the sport, especially in Vegas. Some people say, well, I know for a fact, De La Hoya actually beat Mayweather, and De La Hoya got robbed. But anyway, listen, let's go back to Bomelo here. Yeah, Oscar De La Fixer says, if you want to have wink, and you got to notice as well the nuances here. The nuances are De La Hoya's. You can tell his brain is over revving because he starts stuttering, and what his brain's doing at that point is trying to work out how to communicate it clearly enough so Bomelo knows what time it is, but without letting the game up. Do you understand? He's like, yeah, well, if he wants to have that winning streak again, wink, wink. He was trying to work out how to say, listen, you know what to do if you want to get the pattern. I'll pattern you all the way up and you'll be nice. You can lose 10 rounds and I'm going to get you the dub. I'll do what Eddie didn't do and get the judges fully paid. Eddie tight. Eddie too tight. Eddie clearly paid the judges because it was 15-1-13. So I think Eddie told the judges, listen judges, if he does lose 10 rounds, make sure it's the best worst you can do kind of thing. Don't make it completely obvious that you got schooled. That's what they must have been told. Yeah? And Oscar De La Sniffer, aka Oscar De La Rigger, is said, you heard it there, you can't do it no plainer, people. Especially given the controversy of the tweet. You'd think that he'd be coming out saying, well, no, he don't give a F. He can publicly signal it. And this shows you the level of corruption, or at least implied corruption, that's swanning around at the moment in the sport, or has been. It's been in the sport. Because these men don't have no shame. Coming out, tweeting, making inferences, and then out and out on interviews saying, if you want to have that winning streak again. Well, wait there a minute. What winning streak? You mean the one where he lost a whole bunch of fights and you got him anyway? Oops. Yeah, that's the winning streak you're talking about. And it's almost implying that, oh yeah, he is, out and out. De La Hoya is saying, with me, you never lost a fight. If you want to get back to that, never losing a fight, regardless of whether you win or lose or not, you know what to do. And it's almost like he was implying, with me, you would have won the Bivol fight. Because that's a winning streak, isn't it? De La Hoya didn't say, no matter who was promoting that fight, you'd have lost it. He said, with me, you would still be on the winning streak. I'd have got you the dub. And it really is as simple as that. I'm hoping that you man can read it. It's not rocket science here, but it is wow, truly wowing in. That's what we do know. Yeah, 100%, no doubt about it. Truly peak right now, super duper peak for the sport of boxing. But it will be interesting going forward to see what Bomelo does do, because you bet listen. I'll tell you now, if Bomelo moves back to Oscar, his game set and match, and he may well do that. I'm hearing there's some rumblings in the Bomelo camp. They're not happy with Eddie Hearn at all. Yeah, not happy even a bit. So we're gonna find out what's what here. But we'll know for sure. If he does move back, forget about it. Especially, it makes sense because Oscar is still with DAZN, I believe. So Canelo could sack Eddie Hearn off, given his position in the sport, sack Eddie Hearn off and say, listen DAZN, I'm happy to fight Bivol in the rematch, but I want Oscar. And if that does happen, you know what? Listen, you know what time it is. Bivol will need a clean KO and multiple knockdowns to win. And that action in itself, listen, you can forget. We'll just know then. We'll know categorically what time it is. If Barmelo leaves Eddie Hearn and goes back to Oscar, you know what time it is. There'll be no doubts whatsoever about it. 100%.